Here's why double checking before you start is always recommended and super important. I made a mistake, not with the circuitry, but with the numbering on my switches. When I'm doing the check electrically, I'm going, toggle, toggle. And I'm going, okay, if I do this, toggle up and down, it's toggling the way I marked it between the 1, 2, 3, up and down, and it should be toggling up and down between the ABC, back and forth, between 2 to 1 and 2 to 0, but I had it the other way. So, it's a good thing I didn't start wiring, because I would have got it all wrong. And so what I did was, I took a pencil here and I wrote which ones have to go. So this is like 2A on the row to 1B, 2A to 1B. Click on all three of them. And then there's 3A, 3B, 3C, which is this whole row up and down there on all of them. Right? And then I put this loop up here to keep it out of the way down there, but 3A or 3C is the same point. So 3A to 1C. Either 3C, is it 3C? 3C to 1C. Yeah, I had that wrong. It's wrong. It's not 3A, 3C to 1C. See, I even checked it again on my 3C. Yeah, 3C to 1C, which is here. 3C to 1C. Or 3A to 1C. Yeah, I'm right. Okay. I'm double checking myself over and over, and I'm thinking I'm wrong. So I'll mark them all down. Now I just have to keep this together. I'm going to do one set at a time, all the same, and go through the 3 sets on the switches. I'm going to wire up the volume and control. The wires for the jack are already on the guitar, and then once I've got those smaller parts, I'll put the pickups in because they're the heavier parts, and then just connect them to each one of the switches, and I should be golden. It's going to be a little slow and a little bit boring for you to watch all of this, but I think what I'll do, I don't have any bare tinned wire. What I normally do is I take some of this wire, I strip it with a stripper, which is in my box where I expect it to be. Now let's orientate this the way I see it on here. It's like reading a map. Whenever you're following a road map, you always put the north, but not north-north, but the direction in which you're going out from you, not sideways or towards you, always forward. So when you're looking at road signs, you can see where you're going and on the road that you're going to, all in the same direction. Same thing with this wiring. Since I have this map, and it's 1, 2, 3 across the top, and ABC down the sides, I know that I've got to go from 2A to 1B. And that's a very short distance, like that. And I have these little eyelets that I can put that through. And then I'll take my needle nose pliers and I'll just kind of pull that through there and make a joint for the 3 of them. So let's see. I'm going to take a little bit more skin off of this, and sometimes I can use this skin as a skin. It's an insulation. I can use it as another insulation on another piece of wire that I need it on. And then as I get down here and I need more, I'll just take a little bit more off. So I'm just going to put it through B. I'm going to turn it, pull it up, then I'm going to turn it, get the end. Those glasses, like I said, are now not good enough for close-up work. That's better. That's a 1.5 and these are a 2.0. A little bit better, or they're 2.5s, I can't remember, but they're a lot better. Now once I've gotten that in there, come on, stay there, stay there. I was hoping it would cooperate. I'm going to bend this wire back like that. Hopefully that'll make it stay. And then we'll just put a drop on each post. Did that do it? Yes. And then we can do this one. We just put a little solder in the corner, heat up the wire from the other side, boom. Pull it off quickly, no blobs. And then, with needle nose wire cutters, pull that back and just snip it off. Because I have to put another wire on B, which I want to wrap around there and connect it that, because the final wire on this one, which is the neck, has to come all the way back to the input of the volume control. You know what? Maybe I can do that now. Oh, I've already cut that. Darn. All right, I'm just going to snip it. I should have thought of that in advance. Nice and neat. We'll put that wire in afterwards. Okay. Second time, same as the first. Oh, let's do the 3 in a row. So that's 3 in a row this way. Now 3 in a row that way only has to have 3 in a row. That's it. So what I can do with that one, since it doesn't require any additional outside connection, because the pickups go in the center, I can put a little solder on each one of these terminals, like that, and like that. Pre-tin them. And then, if I pre-tin the end of this piece of wire, just a little bit, round and round and round, heat it up, and it's got to stay on there for it to stick. And once it sticks, and you can see it's shiny, it's good. So then, I can touch that one, wait for it, press the second one in to that terminal, close, and then connect it. Oh, and that first one came off because it got too hot too quick. That's the risk you run. Put a little solder on my iron. See if I can hold that in place and drop it on there. I think I'm going to do one extra step with this wire to make it take the solder a little bit better. Let's check it. I'm going to do the next ones a little differently by running the wire through some sandpaper to take the external coating off to get closer to the copper. Alright, let's check each terminal. First one. See, I would have run into that problem wondering, why isn't it working? The first one is not making a connection. It's a cold solder joint. Let's reflow that again. All right. That should be making contact. All right. We're all good now, but I don't need to go anyplace else with that wire. So now what I was saying is this. I have a piece of sandpaper here somewhere like that, and sometimes to get a better connection you need to I'm going to go a little further back this time. The further back you go, the harder it is to pull that off. Take some sandpaper and run your wire through it like that. That'll clean off some of the surface, give you a little bit of the copper underneath, and it'll solder a lot better, much more quickly. And that's all it takes. Just that much. Just that much. Okay. Let's just do this. I'll put solder on all these terminals again. And it's on a 3, so I didn't screw that up anyway. 3, 3. Alright, let's see if we can, oh, I forgot to tin the end. Try to use this as an anchor point. See, the solder flowed on that really quickly that time. So that's the way you want to get her done. And maybe, because I've got to go along the distance, maybe I'm just going to pre-tin the whole length of it. Like that. That's a better idea. That's a better idea. While this is still on, I'm going to check them. It's in the on position. Oh, off position. Off position is that side. Perfect. That's much better. Goes much faster with just a little bit of better prep. Like that. So I have enough space there to do a little more. And we're going to tin this piece of wire back as far as it goes to do this again. Wait for it. Wait for it. Okay, so all of that's done. So as I usually do, and I didn't prepare, I have my yellow out here somewhere, I think. Oh no, I put it back where it's supposed to go normally. Okay, so that one's in, that one's in, that one's in, all along the threes. We've got the neck in between 2 and 1. Okay, 2 more of those. And we're ready to do the pots. See, not that much actually. It's not really that much actually. Now I'm not going to pre-tin these ones because I got to go through and make a little curve to get over to that other one. And I didn't want to use the insulated wire and make big loops around the top because this is going to be much neater when it's done straight across the terminals. And there it is. These pliers are a little bit thicker than the ones I have at bench 1 as far as the nose goes. As far as the nose goes, get in, there you go. And I'm just going to make a little turn on it like that this time. And can quickly grab our 60/40. And that one also has a wire that goes between there and there. That could have caused a short. Where did that come from? Oh, it won't come off. Oh, it's one of the little pieces I cut off the washers. Somehow it got stuck in there. And I want to cut this close and neat. Now this bridge has to have that, plus it has to go to 1C. So 3. So we got 2A, 2B. We've got 3ABC. Yes, what we didn't put in was the 3C, 1C. 3C, 1C. I got to put a loop around the bottom over here. Okay, I do need to put something on that side. And then the pickup goes in the middle on those two. So this one I'm going to want to have it insulated to go around there. And I'm going to make a little loop. I'm going to put it down the side of the switch so I have space to come in with my pickup wire real close up there. So if I put those little loops down, Yeah, I got to use about, I don't know, what's a 1/2 inch of wire look like? A 1/2 inch, a 1/2 inch. Nope, it's going to have to be at least 3/4 inch to be able to put my little loops and on the end for the soldering and have it down the side. 3/4 inch, roughly. So they still have to go in. And on the bridge, I need to go from there to there to there. What I think I'm going to do is use a little bit of this pushback, because I can push that through there and bring it up to the other switch and solder it. Oh yeah, this got to go where? We're talking, yeah, 3/8, no, sorry, 1B to 1C on the other switch, 1B to 1C on this switch, B to C, and I can go there and around to there. I should be okay. All right, push this back a little bit like that. This is much more difficult to handle. I wonder if I should get my other pliers. I think I should.